So today I'm going to be roasting the single origin cacao beans that come from Nicaragua. I'm using my cast iron pan, just poured them in. I've been heating this up for about 10 minutes to get it on a reasonable medium heat. So at the beginning they take on this kind of white edge. You can just see white on that bean, I think, when they start to heat up. I'm stirring them all the time to avoid them burning. And they start to get little darker patches on where the heat's got to them. The smell coming off these now is absolutely amazing. You would really like to be here in this kitchen. They're popping now and a little tiny wisps of smoke are coming off them. They're almost done. So these have been in about 20 minutes now, just over. I think they're done, and I'm going to turn the pan off. So this is shelling the cacao beans by hand. They've been roasted and it's applying pressure, and once you've done a few of them you kind of get used to it, and if you're lucky it comes off with the actual cacao bean intact, like that one. These are our roasted beans. They still have the shells on them, and in order to use them we need to get those shells off. I don't have any machines to do that, so I'm going to show you a way of doing it manually. I'm going to use this wooden mallet and I'm going to literally crack them. You can see what's happening. Now some of the beans underneath are actually cracking. That doesn't matter. I'll show you in the next part of this what we do. Here are my beans all cracked, and now I'm going to winnow them. Here we have our cracked cacao beans, and I'm going to show you how to winnow them using this, a hairdryer. So put the beans into a bowl that's got quite high sides, and then turn your hairdryer on to cold. The shells are lighter than the beans, so the shells fly out and the beans stay in your bowl. Circle your bowl like this while you're doing it. You can see left in there, it's mainly just the nibs. There's a few of the beans that I cracked that the shell didn't quite come off, so I'm going to go back and crack those a little bit more and get the last of the shells off. In the meantime, there are cacao nibs all over my floor. You can save these and use them on your garden. They're really good as a mulch, so I'm going to be sweeping up. These are the roasted, shelled Nicaraguan cacao beans. I wish you could smell what I smelt when I took the lid off them just now. And now we're pretty much done. So now for ease of setting, I literally just take what we've ground and pop it into this silicone chocolate mould, push it down, and I'm going to leave this to set at room temperature before I transfer it to the fridge and then pop them out. This is the finished product. As you see, they don't look as smooth as you'd expect a chocolate to look. That's for two reasons really. The first one is there is no added fat in these, so this is literally just the cacao bean, and therefore it's not quite as fatty and unctuous. And also because we used a mortar and pestle, which is difficult by hand to get them that smooth, but they smell amazing and they will taste amazing. I can eat them like this, or I can melt them into some sort of porridge. I can melt them into hot water, into milk. They just will taste amazing. And I know that those have come from a bean that I roasted and winnowed and cracked and mortar and pestled and formed myself. So I know exactly what's in them and where they've come from. And I love them.